Hello everyone, thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. This young lady just married 6th of August 2021. At the moment, as you can see her right now, the police in Adamawa State, Nigeria has arrested this young woman who is Rumasu Mohammed of Wuroyankan village in Adamawa State in Shelling local government to be precise. The marriage that this lady got herself into lasted for just 3 weeks. But so sad, she decided that she wants to take the life of her husband away, and that was exactly what she did. What must have led to this, friends? You will get to know as we go further. However, this incident has also been confirmed by the spokesperson of the State Police Command, that's DSP Suleiman, who said that this incident has already been confirmed by the spokesperson of the State Police Command, that's DSP Suleiman. That's to tell you how serious this matter is. Friends, the real thing why this woman killed her husband of just 3 weeks, you'll be asking the question, who will do that kind of a thing? Why would you marry a man and then in 3 weeks' time you decide that you don't want to see this man anymore? A lot of people will be like, is this not too early? And really, yes, this is an early marriage. What must have led to this young woman deciding that she doesn't want to have this man anymore? She doesn't want the marriage anymore. She wants everything to come to an end. But the main question people will be asking now is, why kill him? If you don't want the marriage, it's not better for you to just walk away? But in this situation, the woman decided that I don't want the marriage, and at the same time, I don't want to see this man again. How did this whole thing happen? This young woman that you are seeing here right now, that Rumasao, was actually forcefully married out to her husband, who is Muhammad Adamu, and her husband was 35 years old. Investigation revealed that while this lady was asked to forcefully marry this man whom she is not in love with on the 6th of August. While in the marriage, she told this man that I am not in love with you and I can't cope with this marriage because there is nothing going on between us. There is no chemistry, there is no connection. Please divorce me so that I can go my separate way and you live your life and be with whom you choose or who wants to be with you. But as for me, I don't want to be with you. That was what she calmly told this husband of hers. But this guy refused. So friends, you can see how this whole thing is. So imagine how it's going to end. When this guy refused that he was not going to divorce her, she waited for some days, still gave him time, and that was why this whole marriage was lingering up until 3 weeks. And when this woman saw that her husband was not willing to divorce her peacefully, she now picked up a knife out of anger and stabbed this man to death. When he was rushed to the hospital, neighbors called out, and then at the hospital they confirmed this guy couldn't survive it anymore. That was how he passed away and lost his life. Why would you force someone into marriage? I think the era has gone. This thing has been happening. It's still happening in some parts of Africa up till date. But most times it has not ended up well. It's either the lady is there like she is being forced to do things against her own will, and the home is not even a peaceful home. You would now want to ask, how are these men coping with a woman who is not in love with you? A woman whom you see in the house and you guys don't communicate, but she is there as a wife. Is that how marriage is meant to be? The biggest mistake this lady did was killing this man. As soon as this man had refused to divorce her, I think the best thing for her to do was to run away. That's the easiest. Well, who knows, probably she might have attempted to run away, but she didn't indicate that. And it proved abortive, and that was why she had to take this other option. Imagine that you're living in a house with someone that you disgust, someone you don't even have any not even likeness, you don't even like the person, not talk of loving the person. You know it's going to be difficult to live with that same person in that house, and the person is your own husband. It's different if it's your friend. You can endure and tell yourself that okay, it's a matter of time, very soon I'll leave this person. But when it's husband, it's a lifetime affair. And then some people are not ready to risk a lifetime affair to be with someone they don't love. Rather than being with this man, she decided that if he's not giving me a divorce, I will take his life away from him and run. But I'm sure she didn't weigh her options properly. Now, the government is saying that she must face justice for this act she has committed. They are not letting her go. She is in police custody as we speak. It's such a pain that she has to go through this like this. But death would not have been her only option. The first and the only option was for her to take her heels and run away, or to either consult some organizations. There are some organizations that you can consult and let them know that you've been forced into a marriage that you are not willing to go on with. She would have organized people or talked to people that would listen to her. Some would not listen because in some part they see it as a tradition that lady must be married out to a man chosen by her parents or chosen by the guy's parents. And that is sad. You subject women to some sort of slavery because it's slavery. When you're being forced to do something you don't want to do, however that thing is, it's an act of slavery. You're forcing a woman to be with a man for the rest of her life that she doesn't love, that she doesn't even have an atom of likeness for. If she had even liked the man, it would have been better. Probably in the course of the marriage, the relationship would grow into love. But not even likeness does she have for this particular young man. And the man didn't even go about it in a right way. Someone has told you, I don't love you, I can't be with you, please divorce me. I think this man would have quietly let her go and say, okay, go. And understand from the angle she is coming from. But you want to keep somebody against the person's will. That is just mere slavery. And he is 35 years old. He's not a baby. He should know better that you don't keep people against their own desire. You don't keep people against their own wish. You allow somebody to tell you if he or she wants to be in the marriage. Also goes to the men too. They should not force the man to be with a woman he doesn't want to be with. From all indication, this man has every power and every right to divorce her. Then why didn't he peacefully divorce this woman? All of this wouldn't have happened. She is not justified for her actions. She took the wrong move completely. Because if only she had thought of the consequences, she wouldn't have killed this man. The best option for her was to sneak away at the middle of the night. Maybe if the man don't want to divorce her, she would have sneaked away and then left him. Either she run away, go somewhere far, and let her parents know that she can't continue with this marriage. I'm sure at some point the parents may understand with her, but now she took the laws into her hands. Rotting in jail and then be with a man you don't love. Friends, which do you think is better? In jail, she'll be confined to a particular space, and at the same time she may be facing very harsh conditions, which being with the husband whom she doesn't even love, but at the same time she would have her freedom of movement from one place to the other, and she will still have the opportunity to converse and communicate with people while working on how to leave the home. You know, if only she had thought twice the consequences of her actions, I'm sure she wouldn't have killed this man. But anger led her to doing it, which has not ended well at all. And the family of this woman is to be blamed for this action right now. Her family will be the first people to be held responsible, because why would you force your child to get married to someone that she doesn't love? And the daughter is a matured person. She's matured enough to say, I don't want to marry this man. I want to be in love with someone before I get married to the person. She's not a child that you will say she doesn't know her left from her right. This is a matured woman that can make decisions for herself. Why force her into marriage? I'm sure this will be an eye-opener for other parents out there. that are forcing their daughters into marriage. A matured woman like has the right to decide whom she wants to be with. It's not like in those cases where the force is to get married, where you say, okay, this baby doesn't have a choice or she can't decide. Even at that, where you force children into marriages, it's wrong, completely wrong. You're only subjecting them to mere slavery. And some of these men don't even treat them right. They treat them more like slaves because they feel that they are subjected to them and they don't have an option than to be with them. So whatever they want, that is what these women would do. And that shouldn't be how marriage should be. Marriage should be a thing of freedom, a thing of happiness, a thing of peace. Even though we know that sometimes in marriages, it doesn't really end well, you still have chaos in marriage. But then, getting into the marriage should be the first stage where you have that happiness and peace. It should be something that both of you have agreed, not just one person and then the other person is forced into it. Such marriages don't end up well. This is a very big lesson out there for a lot of parents that are forcing both the men and the women into marriage. Some men are forced into marriages as well. In some parts of Africa, some of these men are asked to marry a lady they don't even love, they don't even have any affection for. So it goes both ways. But we know that majority of the women are the ones suffering it more than the men. Something needs to be done about this if they don't want people's lives to be lost. Losing people's family members is not a thing of joy. It's so sad that the family of this young man has lost a child, has lost a son, has lost a brother, has lost an uncle. It's not what anyone planned, and neither is anyone happy that the young man has lost his life. But then, both parents are to be blamed in all of this. You know your son is not in love with this woman. Why didn't you also discourage him from putting a woman in the home that is not in love with him? They should know that the marriage will not be peaceful. Another thing is, are these parents not concerned about the welfare of their kids? Are these parents not concerned about the happiness of their daughters and their sons in marriages? Or are they just after knowing that they are married, whatever happens is none of their business? I don't think that should be the case. Parents should also be concerned about the happiness of their children even while they are married. Are parents happy to see that some of these marriages end up in divorce where the kids will come back to their homes and telling them that they are not happy in their homes? Or are some parents happy to see where some of their children go through domestic violence, all because the home is not a peaceful, loving home? Either of the party is not in love with the other, or either one of them was forced into the marriage. And in the end, you would see that some of these children or some of this couple go into very, very terrible and harsh conditions. And these are matured people to make matters worse. Please, parents in such areas, in such environments, let your children make their decisions of whom they want to be with. Because no parent will want to see their child being killed all because the person in question is not ready to be with them. I'm sure a lot of people would learn from this because other ladies would now emulate and say, okay, probably this is the only way out of a difficult marriage. This is the only way out of a forceful marriage. They will tell themselves that if this is a way for me to leave the home, if the man is not ready to divorce me, I will go ahead and do it as long as I'm free. Some of these ladies would say they'd rather be in jail than be with a man they don't love. Imagine that kind of a thing. Waking up every day with the same person that you don't have any affection for. It's really difficult. So please, parents out there who force their daughters or their sons into marriages, please stop that. Put it to an end so as not to have a reoccurrence of such events. You would see that some people would now take this up as the only solution, as the only way out of such kind of forceful marriages. And that should not be the case at all. Please allow your children. They are adults already. They know what they want and whom they want to be with. Let them make up their minds. Don't force them into marriages that they don't want. at the end of the day, you would regret your actions because this marriage would not last. Some of them may end up like this in situations where they are not ready to embark on divorce. Then the women will decide to do the needful so as to be free, because for them, they are just under bondage, or they are caged because this is not what they want for their lives. Friends, what do you all think about this? Please, whatever you feel, you could put that down at the comment section. Once again, this lady is not justified for her actions. But it's such a pity that this is how this whole thing has ended. And she is confined to this one space, that is in jail. And it's seen as a first degree murder, which you all know that in most cases, they give them very long sentences. However, anyone pass away, no one is always happy. But at the same time, we would always say, may the soul of Muhammad Adamu rest in peace. He never thought that this would end up in death. Neither did he deserve to die, because no one should deserve to die like this. But the deed has already been done. Parents should please learn from this, especially those that force their children into marriages. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you. God bless you all.